Bungie, you're joking, right? I made a 20+ minute video last season breaking down how leveling worked, and in that video I said, hey, this is still going to be viable going forward in year 4 because leveling hasn't really changed and more than likely won't ever change. And what does Bungie do? They make changes to the leveling system. So here I am with a big smile on my face making another leveling guide. All jokes aside, the core leveling itself hasn't changed, but some things have. Plus, in that video, I dumbed everything down to a point where it actually overcomplicated things, so I planned on updating it anyway, but it's still Bungie's fault, all right? So yes, as you've probably guessed, this video is going to be your one-stop shop for leveling in Season 14/Season of the Splicer. Whether you're brand new to the game, a returning player, or a veteran, because I bet there are some people watching this that already know how to level and they're just watching this because why not? You will walk away from this video knowing how to level within Destiny 2. But before we get started, I wanted to quickly mention that today's video is sponsored by Gemstone Legends. This is a new free-to-play turn-based RPG mobile game that was created by RPG enthusiasts for RPG enthusiasts. You can download the game via the link in the description. Once you have downloaded the game, open up the in-game chat and enter hashtag myfi hashtag. This will give you a bunch of free loot that we'll talk about in just a second. Now, like I said, Gemstone Legends is an RPG, but there's a lot more to it than that. They've got puzzles, strategic thinking, heroes, upgrading heroes, guilds, otherwise known as clans, PvP arena, raid bosses, and much more. You can collect weapons and armors for your heroes and also earn various other items, also known as artifacts, that can be used to customize your team builds by just exploring the in-game world. And while you are in battle, you're not limited to just matching gems in lines. You can also match them diagonally too. Not to mention the world map is built on hexes, so you're not forced to play through a linear story. You can choose what you want to do in what order. But I haven't even told you the coolest part yet. The dragons. I swear to God, any game that has dragons, I'm just all in. Yes, essentially, you're what's known as a dragon rider, and your heroes that fight for you are pretty much like your soldiers. You get your first dragon early on, but as you progress, you can tame and unlock different dragons to aid you and your heroes in battle. Yes, your dragons can literally fight alongside you. My personal favorite thing about this game is really just the graphics, man. They don't try to go for that super over-the-top, realistic graphic style that a lot of mobile games go for. All the heroes are hand-drawn, which really brings the game to life. Plus, the fact that the game is in vertical orientation makes it a great one-handed experience to just pick up and enjoy when you're on the go or just sitting on the couch or just lounging back doing whatever. Like I mentioned, you can download the game via the link in the description and use my promo code hashtag myfi hashtag in the in-game chat within 3 hours of downloading the game and completing the tutorial to receive a free 5 gold scrolls, 500,000 coins, 300 gems, and an epic hero Eldior. It supports me and you'll be getting a bunch of free loot, so it's a win-win. Once again, big thank you to Gemstone Legends for sponsoring this video, and let's get into your Season 14 leveling guide. So within Destiny 2, there are a bunch of different things that have levels attached to them. From vendors like Crucible and Gambit, Season Pass levels, artifact levels, and of course, the big one, power levels. I'm not going to be talking about how to level vendors or your season pass because both just require XP and we all know what XP is. And if you're unsure on how to obtain XP, well, I'll talk about that later as XP will be needed for your power level and artifact level, which is what we will be talking about. So let's first start with the easier of the two, artifact levels. At the beginning of every new season, you will get a seasonal artifact. Upon getting your artifact and inspecting it, you will notice 2 different XP bars in the bottom right when hovering over the little diamond shape object. Let's first start with the XP bar on the bottom. This bar relates to your artifact unlocks and can only be leveled up 12 times before reaching max level. Each level you achieve, you will earn 1 artifact unlock. And as I just mentioned, you can only level it up 12 times. So of course you can only get 12 artifact unlocks because, well, you can only get 12 artifact mods at a given time. You level it up by earning XP. XP is awarded from numerous sources in the game, like bounties, seasonal challenges, strikes, Crucible, Gambit, and other activities. If you've ever played any game like ever, especially online, then you probably understand the gist of how XP works. Just play the game and do challenges. Now, most of you probably already knew how that worked and are more concerned with the power bonus side of the seasonal artifact because it affects your power, but I thought I'd mention it since we're talking about the seasonal artifact. So now let's talk about that power bonus XP bar. The power bonus bar can be leveled up an unlimited amount of times, but Just know that every level will progressively increase in the amount of XP needed compared to the previous level. So essentially, the more levels you get, the harder it becomes to continue leveling it. Now, upon achieving each new level, you will be awarded a bonus power level, and if it's not obvious, these levels go toward your power level. They stack on top of your gear level. Also, if you haven't picked up on it by now, your power bonus XP bar gains XP by, well, getting XP. Same as your artifact unlocks and everything else that requires XP. Last thing to know is that when you earn XP, the same amount of XP is applied across everything that needs XP. So let's say you turn in a bounty that's worth 3000 XP, your artifact unlock bar will get 3000 XP, your power bonus bar will get 3000 XP, same with season pass, etc. Nothing gets split, everything gets the same amount. Okay, so now that you know how the artifact works, let's talk about the gear levels that I mentioned earlier. You know, the level that the bonus power level stacks on top of. This is the big one that most of you are probably here for. So in order to understand how your gear level works and how to increase it, you must first understand three pretty simple things: the soft cap, the hard cap, and the pinnacle cap. First, the soft cap. Currently in season 14, this is 1260. So if you take a look at your gear level while wearing all your highest level gear and that number is under 1260, then this should be your first goal, to hit 1260. Luckily, hitting the soft cap is the easiest thing in the game to do. Just play the game and you will continuously keep getting higher gear drops until you're at the soft cap. If you are looking to do this the fastest way possible, then play playlist activities. This includes strike playlists, crucible matches, and gambit. You'll get there in absolutely no time. Once you've hit the soft cap, or 1260 like I mentioned in season 14, your next goal will be to hit the hard cap. The hard cap is currently 1310. Now, unlike the soft cap where you could just play anything and keep getting levels, in order to reach the hard cap, you must do specific challenges. There are only a limited number of these challenges you can do per week, and once you've done them all, then you'll be waiting for the following weekly reset to do more. You can identify what these challenges are and how many you have left by opening up your directory or just your map and looking for bright yellow icons. You can't miss them. Once you see one, click on the planet or destination it is attached to and hover over the symbol where the yellow star icon that I just mentioned is located. Here you will see two things: whether it's a powerful challenge or a pinnacle challenge, and if it is a powerful challenge, what tier of powerful it is. If it's a tier 1, then it will award a +3 item drop. Tier 2 will award a +4 item drop. Tier 3 will award, actually I'm not too sure, as there's only like one tier 3 powerful drop in the game, but from what I've heard, it awards a +5 item drop. If someone that's watching knows, please let me know in the comment section. And finally, if it says pinnacle, then it's a +5 item drop. So what do I mean when I say +3, +4, etc.? Essentially, these challenges will award a random piece of gear that is a certain amount of levels above your gear level. So for example, let's say you just hit the soft cap and you're 1260. You then go and complete a powerful tier 1 challenge. That challenge will award you with a random piece of gear at 1263, because remember, tier 1s are +3. But if you did a tier 2 instead of a tier 1, then that random piece of gear would be 1264, so on and so forth with tier 3s and pinnacles. Now you're going to want to do these powerful challenges in order of their tiers. So do all of your tier 1s first, followed by your tier 2s and your tier 3s, then maybe pinnacles, but we'll talk about pinnacles in just a second. This is because of efficiency. Let's say you're 1260 and you go do a powerful tier 2 and you get a piece of arms that drops at 1264. You then go do a powerful tier 1 and you get arms again, but they're only 1263. So you pretty much just wasted that powerful drop. Destiny 2 is very RNG focused, meaning that a lot of things are just random. So you never really know what you're gonna get. So you might as well do everything in your power to try and have some say in that. So now let's talk about one of the things that most people get confused on, and that's the whole, oh, I got a bunch of gear that is a higher level than before, but my overall gear level is still the same. That is because it takes 8 individual gear levels to achieve an overall gear level. Remember that the gear level you see is all of your gear combined divided by 8. This is best explained with an example. Okay, so let's say you're 1260 and you do a powerful tier 1 and you get 1263 boots. You then go to another powerful tier 1 and you get 1263 arms. But your overall gear level is still the same because you only got 3 extra gear levels from both your new arms and your new boots, which equals 6 because, 3 + 3, 6. We all know math. But remember that it takes 8. So the next powerful tier 1 you do, assuming you don't get boots or arms again, will be 1263 as well. And now that extra 3 gear levels will equal 9, which is over 8, and will award you an overall gear level. I know it sounds confusing, but I promise you it really isn't. And once you get a grasp around the understanding of it, you'll realize it's super easy, but it's just hard to explain. I recommend going to a site called light.gg and signing into your Bungie account. From there, you will see your base gear level with a fraction next to it, and this fraction will be out of 8. From there, you can track how many individual gear levels you need to achieve your next overall gear level. This is what I use. This is what literally everyone I know uses, because trying to do it manually and see exactly how many pieces you need until you reach the next level is just super irritating. So just go to light.gg. It'll make it so much more easier to understand. Okay, so once you've hit the hard cap, or 1310 in season 14, your final goal will be to hit the Pinnacle Cap. The Pinnacle Cap currently is 1320, so you only got 10 levels to go once you hit the hard cap. In order to progress beyond 1310, it's a lot like hitting the hard cap by doing those specific challenges, but this time around, only Pinnacle challenges will award gear above 1310. Now you might be sitting there thinking, oh, I remember you saying Pinnacle challenges award +5, so this is gonna be easy. Well, yes and no. They do award a +5 only until you hit the hard cap. Once you're at the hard cap, they no longer award a +5. They award a +1 or a +2 depending on the challenge. But unlike powerful challenges where it tells you which ones you're going to get, you know, like the tier 1s, tier 2s, and tier 3s, it just doesn't. But no need to fear, because I'll tell you right now which ones award what. You will get a +1 item drop from Strikes, Gambit, and Crucible weekly challenges. Then, opening up 3 of the chests with key codes and Override, and Hawthorne, aka the clan vendor. You will then get a +2 item drop from the Harbinger mission, aka Hawkmoon, Master Empire Hunt, Europa Simulations, the Nightfall 100k, and the final boss for the Prophecy Dungeon. Now, 3 other things to take note of. The Deepstone Crypt Raid is currently stating that it drops Pinnacles, but it actually only drops Powerfuls. Bungie has confirmed that DSC no longer drops Pinnacles, so don't go doing DSC if you're thinking that you're going to be getting Pinnacles, because you won't. Second is the Pinnacle from the Splicer servitor is dropping a +0, so I'm not too sure if this is a bug, but I can only assume it is. And finally, Vault of Glass will be dropping Pinnacles when it releases on May 22nd. Now, of course, you should do these Pinnacles in order from +1 to +2 because of the same reasoning I gave for Powerfuls. So do all your +1s first, then your +2s. And that is how to increase your gear level. Remember that your artifact bonus stacks on top of these gear levels, and that's, you know, them stacking together will make your overall power level. Now, with you knowing that the Pinnacle Cap is 1320, if you see someone running around at, let's say, 1340, well, they got above 1320 with their artifact bonus, which, remember, can be leveled up an infinite number of times, but gets increasingly harder as you level up. So if you're planning on to just hit the soft cap and get to 1320 with your artifact bonus, think again, because that's going to be a lot harder and a lot more grindy than by just getting your gear level up. Now, some final things to know. If you're struggling to hit the hard cap and you've done all your Powerfuls for that week, then go play Survival. Freelance if you're a solo player, as each glory rank up provides a powerful drop. Also, the Prophecy Dungeon's first 2 encounters awards powerful drops, or at least it did last season, so I can only assume it's the same this season. Only the boss will drop Pinnacles. To be honest, the biggest grind is hitting the hard cap. And once you're there, you can either casually or aggressively go for the Pinnacle Cap, depending on what activities you want to do and what level requirements they have. Like, for example, if you have no interest in doing high level in-game activities like, you know, Grandmaster Nightfalls, then getting to the Pinnacle Cap, there's really no rush. If you're just casually playing, doing, you know, just other activities that don't really require high levels, then once you're at the hard cap, you can kind of just casually go for the Pinnacle Cap. And that is everything you need to know when it comes to getting your power level up within Season 14 of Destiny 2. I know I didn't cover some stuff like Season Pass levels, but you probably already know how to do that, and I only covered the artifact because so many people tell me I'm wrong about the Pinnacle Cap, because they saw so-and-so in the tower, and so-and-so was level 10 million, and they don't understand how artifact bonuses work. So I thought I'd get that out of the way. Now, if you have any further questions, then feel free to join my Discord, it's on your screen now, and ask away. If I don't personally respond, which more than likely I will, I can guarantee someone will answer your question. We got a lot of helpful people in the Discord. With all that being said, if you enjoy my videos or have ever found them useful, then feel free to subscribe. I'd love you forever. And finally, if you enjoyed this video, then slap a like on it, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.